What's up YouTube, Warrior Zoino here and you're watching The Warrior Show. Glad to have you here and hope you enjoy. As you can see, a little bit different than our past videos, I have already started the print, and that is in efforts to save some time. As today's video, the print will take very long, about 40 plus hours. So today what we'll be printing is a 15-inch tall lighthouse, and I would like to have the light at the top of the lighthouse be able to spin, and I will use the mechanism from a wind-up music box to allow that light to spin. So yes, I've already started the print, and before we go ahead and check out the design that I've drawn up on SketchUp, let's go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsor of today's video, Ziltech. Ziltech is the company that has provided me with several rolls of 3D printing filament, and I highly recommend them. Their winding's great, their colors are awesome, and their accuracy is just on point. So go ahead and use the link in the description. It'll bring you to Ziltech store, as well as my promo code WarriorZoino ! Where you'll get 15% off the entire Ziltech store. Now that that's done, let's go head over to the computer and check out the design. Alright, so here we are at the computer. I've laid out all the parts in one straight line so we can get an idea of what exactly we're working with here. So here's the first part that we're printing, and it's actually upside down here. But so as you can see, I have a face here, and that face is done in efforts to have this music box mechanism bolted up underneath that, so it would look something like this underneath that face. Then if we turn this back over, we can go to the major parts here. We have the part that goes on top of the part that's currently printing. This is the part that is currently printing, by the way. Then we're going to have to go and print this part, which is going to go on top of it. It's basically just continuation, segmented cylinder, I guess you can say. And then these are the following pieces that go one on top of the other. Then here is the top portion of the lighthouse, which is where the lights will go. I have a few options here. As you can see, I've lowered a few of these pegs here, and that is because I have a light here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this light exactly or maybe something else, but if I do use this light exactly, I've measured it out that this, to fit inside, would have to remove those pegs, so we can discuss that when we get there. But yeah, so here's the light, and then we have our little roof portion. As you can see, it's just a cone, and that would just sit on top of these pegs here. So as we move a little bit down, we have some less important parts that may or may not be printed. These are like windows or doors. We'll probably do these in black. Then here would go on one of these to represent like a window. And then this here may be done on the 3D printer or could just be done out of any other material that I have laying around. This is basically an extension to extend the winding knob of the music box mechanism, so this would attach straight on top, sending it all the way up to the top of the lighthouse, so you can wind at the top and also wind up this section. Alright, so those are all the parts, and we've gone through each of them. So now it's just a matter of feeding the printer, and these parts take around 5 to 8 hours each. So it's going to be quite a long print, but it should be fun. So let's head over to the printer and see how the first piece is coming out. sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to bring to attention what exactly is going to be shown in this next clip. The bottom portion of this piece was printed in a much faster rate than I normally print at. I normally print at 80% speed, which I believe to be my sweet spot, and you will see the difference from the bottom portion of this piece and the top. The top was printed at 80%, yet the bottom was printed a little bit faster. This is an example of what under extrusion is. So if you are experiencing results like this on your printer and getting lackluster prints, perhaps a quick and easy fix could be trying to lower the speed, and perhaps you'll get higher quality prints. Thank you. Alright, so as you can see, all of our pieces for this print has finally finished printing. We have the consecutive pieces for the body of the lighthouse. We have the top piece, the little roof, and some little windows or doors that I've printed. A few different designs we can try out. And as well as this piece right here, which is simply just a flat plate. It actually was the beginning of the roof that I stopped early, so I can have just a sheet of plastic to work with. You can make this out of anything. And I just melted a hole straight through it. And this will be at the top most piece of our lighthouse, and will act as a guide for the shaft that will run down through the body of the lighthouse. The shaft that we're going to be using to extend the winding mechanism up to the top of the lighthouse is an assortment of pen tubes. I tried to pick something that most people would have in their house, so I have one Bic pen in the middle and two paper mates at the end, and as you can see, they just fit into each other like so. And then I have the cap of the Bic pen on top, and this will be used to attach to the top piece of the lighthouse. And then at the bottom here, it's another version of this winding handle that comes on most music boxes and that kind of stuff. This came from a toy, so maybe if you have a winding music box toy, they would have this piece as well, and this piece will make it much easier for you to use. However, you can still use the original winding handle and you should be just fine. I've also gone out and gotten some super glue and some hot glue, so whatever type of adhesive we need, we have, and we can start with the build. So let's get to it. As you can see, in the first piece of the print, I've melted a hole, allowing for the music box hardware to come through. And here's a music box. So any way you can attach this music box will be fine, as long as the shaft comes through the center of the circle. So now we can begin by attaching this second piece on top of the first piece like so. and simply place it right on the top. Like so. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our finished 3D printed lighthouse. But a lighthouse wouldn't be much of a lighthouse without the spinning light at the top. So let's go ahead and hit the lights. Wind her up. And we can go ahead and turn on the light. And alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. All the parts that you see here that are 3D printed and I have designed are available in the description box below. It'll bring you to Thingiverse where you can go ahead and download them yourself and print yourself out a nice lighthouse. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Warrior Zino out.